What's up, everybody? We are here for our brand new show. This is After the Impact. And how cool that there is a before the impact and now there's an after the impact. So welcome in to the first episode of After the Impact. This is a brand new show that we're doing. And hey, we're glad some of you were able to come and join us. I know it's a little bit late for a lot of people, so we really appreciate you coming over and checking it out. And as you can see, I'm in my living room. Jeff's in the studio, and we're ready to rock and roll. We are going to talk about what we just saw, and we're going to go over what your thoughts were on some of the matches and what you think about Rebellion and things like that going forward, and what were your highlights of the show tonight. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start by how we usually end the other stream. Let us know what your scores were for the show tonight. Give us your scores for the show. Let us know what you thought. What did you think of the press conference that we got at the end? And let us know what you just thought in general about the show tonight. And we will give our scores for the room. It's not my real living room was on. It's a generic green screen thing that they give on StreamYard. But yeah, I wish. Look at the big grand piano I have in the back.
I know, man.
That's where I go compose my music when I'm all done with the show. I go over to that grand piano over there and compose. And that big huge couch. Good Lord, that's a big couch. Yeah, no. It's not my living room. But yes, can't wait for Rebellion. But yeah, give us your scores. Let us know what you thought of the show tonight. And we'll start. Jeff, what did you think of tonight's show?
I mean, I thought it was a solid show, all in all. I really did. And good matches tonight. Really good. I mean, even starting on BTI with Havoc and Nevaeh, that was a good match. So yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. And again, I know people don't like Kenny. I get that. You can feel like he's overrated or whatever. That's fine. Like, everyone's entitled to an opinion. But I really thought that the way they did that at the end was really good. Like, it actually got me more excited about their match.
Yeah, and that's really all they're trying to do. I mean, these guys have been kind of jawing back and forth and stuff like that now the first time they're in a room. And, of course, like I said, you think about wrestling sometimes as a movie, and that's what I mentioned, like Rocky and Ivan Drago. Whenever you see a Rocky film, they always have those press conferences. And remember the one with Rocky and Mr. T in Rocky 3, where Mr. T stood up and insulted Rocky's wife and all that kind of stuff. And you always get this kind of stuff, and it just gets you all the more behind the person who is the underdog to come back and win. That's what Rocky movies did. You always wanted to see Rocky beat the crap out of that other guy because they were just so cocky, and they were so, they came off as being like unbeatable foes. So yeah, that's what they're doing, guys. That's what they're doing. And yeah, it worked. Yeah, I liked the show. I thought the beginning match was amazing. The match with Josh and TJP was amazing. I thought the Cardona stuff, the pick your poison matches were cool. The Sami Callihan match was brutal. And the fact that Sami pulled off his own fingernail, I still can't get over that. That hurts like hell. I don't know if you've ever really heard of fingernail, but dude, that hurts like crazy. Let me see who's giving scores here. Warren says 9 out of 10. Azan says 8 out of 10. I'm ready for the show, and I know it's not a real living room. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you did, because I didn't want to think that was my. Yeah, I would be living in a mansion if that was my real living room. I mean, look at that. Look at the stone fireplace back there. Cheese was 7 out of 10. J Hub says 8. James Chadwick says 8.75. Sonny says 8 out of 10. Be right back. I put clothes in the dryer. I think he does better things here than AEW. You're talking about Kenny Warren.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a very interesting point, because, and we'll talk a little bit about what they talked about with that, because they got some interesting questions in that press conference, and we'll have to go over that. Jesse says, after the impact, this is new. It is new. It's a brand new show. We figured we'd stick around. We'd go over what we saw during the show and kind of preview what things are coming up for Impact Wrestling. Brandon Barnes says 9 out of 10. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give the show tonight. I'm gonna say a 9. I'm gonna say a 9. I like that. I love the Johnny Swinger stuff. I love the Decay, the Crazy Steve versus Carl Anderson match. I thought that was great. Like I said, the opening match was fire right off the bat. And then the Havoc and Nevaeh was awesome on the pre-show. Yes, James, you can curse all you want. This is non-PG. We just haven't gotten to a point yet where we wanted to. But yes, you can say whatever it is you like. And then of course Swingers Palace is always friggin' amazing, right? There you go. I started it off for you. And that's always amazing. I love that. I think it's hilarious. And then the press conference, like I was just saying, it's there to be a promo. It's there to get people interested and get people fired up. And but I was really surprised at those questions that they took, because I mean, I didn't expect questions like that. Like,
start with you want to start with the press conference?
Yeah, let's start there, because I think it's a point of contention. James says, good. I want to punch Caleb in the fucking face. Yes. James was waiting. Do you know how long James was waiting to say that? Do you know how long? Since we have been doing Impact, I think that he was waiting to say that. And now he was able to say it. See? Oh man, dude. So let's start with this, because I like the fact that they asked them questions that fans kind of wanted to, and they got questions from PW Insider. They got, some stuff from outside in. I wish we were able to, that would have been cool. But they asked Don Callis that question about, kind of how he's waffling, and he's an executive for Impact. So these were like real questions. And of course he dodged it like any kind of a Don King character would dodge questions. That's what they do. But man, they kind of let them have it with some questions. And even to the point where what's going to happen, this was the interesting part to me, Jeff, is when they asked them what's going to happen when one of these guys wins. Is it, number one, going to be a clean win? Is there going to be a winner? And number two, what happens then when that person wins? And they covered the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought that was obviously, whenever you have something like this, I mean, you don't see this happen very often. It's really the first time it's happened here.
Yeah.
In this way. I mean, it's not the first time, but it's been a long time. Mm-hmm. Especially at this caliber. So that's number one. So I kind of had the thought of that it's not going to be a real finish, but Scott D'Amore saying, yeah, we want a finish, and Tony Khan saying, hey, in AEW we always have a finish, that kind of thing. So I was happy to hear that. At the same time, I'm a little bit nervous, because I don't want that to mean automatically that Kenny's going to win, and that's what people think, and not watch it. That's kind of, that's my only reservation about it. But I thought that part of it was really good. But man, some of the questions, especially the guy from London, he just dug in Don Callis's ass with that.
He did.
I mean, he did not play around. He was just like, hey, where does your allegiance lie, buddy? Where does your allegiance lie?
Mm-hmm. James wants to know, are they bullshitting? No. Well, yeah, I mean, sure. Some of it could have been, I mean, they may have told them, or they may have worked out something with these people to say some of this stuff too. So sure, it could all be a bunch of bullshit. It's very possible. But I just like the fact how they asked. I mean, they could have just asked silly, stupid questions. You know what I mean? Like, it could have just been all, these dumb questions that no one would have ever asked. But these were probably legit things that fans were thinking. And I guess the other kind of hook to it is the fact that they really didn't give you, I mean, they gave you a straight answer that there would be a winner. So they did give you a straight answer to that. The other thing that really interested me is how they're working this with where they were saying if Rich wins, he's going to be on AEW. If Kenny wins, he's going to be on Impact. So now, here's what I think though is going to happen with that, Jeff, and that statement. And I know because there's so many people out there that are saying that Tony Khan already owns Impact. There's so many people already out there that are saying that. That's going to even add more fuel to that fire. Because now everybody's going to say, well, sure, because now they can just go back and forth whenever they want to, and Rich Swann will be over there, and Kenny will be over here, and so that's going to add even more fuel to that fire. So the people that think that are going to even get more ammunition from that, being that, Khan was there, and of course Khan now is in charge, and he's running both promotions, and that's why D'Amore is saying such great things about Tony Khan. So I'm sure you're going to hear that from this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for sure, you're gonna hear that. But I mean, again, I just don't think that people need to jump to that conclusion just yet.
Right.
I definitely think that. I think they're working together. I think this is a collaboration with several different promotions, and I think this is to show more than anything that this can happen. Like the whole fantasy booking thing can actually be reality.
Yeah.
If people are willing to come to the table and, put their egos in check. Vince McMahon, not calling any names, and actually benefit the wrestling fan, like not just keep your product in a silo, but actually give a damn about the fans to the point that, it's about putting on the matches that the fans want to see. So, I mean, hopefully this proves out. And I mean, we've already kind of seen something that we thought we'd never see, and that was Chris Jericho on WWE programming.
Very true.
So I mean, maybe, just maybe, we'll start to see some more collaboration. But I hope that people don't jump to that conclusion just yet.
Yeah. And don't hold back with your comments. Let us know how you really feel about stuff. You don't have to hold back here, because we don't have to hold back here.
I mean, if you think it's bullshit, say it's bullshit.
Yeah. Don't hold back.
Just say what it is that you think. That's another reason why we're doing this show, because like we want to get honest feedback. Like if you think the whole angle is a pile of dog crap, then it's a pile of dog crap. It just
Chris is loading up. He said I ate 3 more gummies. Oh God. Oh God. Big Dan says it is, as an independent observer, I have to say Kenny winning wouldn't surprise me, as Callis teased a big surprise last night on AEW. I think this could drag a while, aka the NWO. Well, I had said that. I mean, Callis and Kenny remind me a lot of Bischoff and Hogan. We've kind of seen this story before. And you got the slime ball guy who's kind of running things and in charge, and you got that in Callis, and you got the big, huge personality. And at that point, it was Hulk Hogan. And this is just a different kind of a way to do it. They're a little bit of a different story, but to me, it's very, very similar to what they're doing. Warren thinks it's awesome. There you go. See, you look, whatever way it's going to be and however this goes, obviously this is going to bring eyes to the product. There's no doubt. And whether you think that, Tony Khan is an a-hole and he owns Impact now, which a lot of people do. I'm still acting like it's PG. It's whether Tony Khan is an asshole, and the Brandon Barnes saying Vince is an ass. Where did that come from? We're doing an Impact stream. It's whatever, whatever. You can say whatever. You're fine. Jen Carter. Hey, what's up, Jen? How are you? So the question I asked earlier, guys, did you guys think about my question, Impact Wrestling? Now, ask it again, Wally, because to be honest, I don't remember what we did 3 minutes ago, let alone what your question was, but just ask it again. We'll go over it.
Question of if you had the resources.
Oh, the wrestling promotion thing?
Wrestling promotion. Like, how would you,
That's so tough, because like, oh man, where would you even start? Like, I don't know. Do you gather like up a roster of all-stars and go like, I don't know. Well, for me, see, I would, I mean, I'm old, so I would make it something like old school. I would go back almost kind of like to the flamboyant days of the 70s and 80s and make it more old school, almost like an NWA. But if NWA had a ton of more money to spend, like if NWA had $1 billion owner like Tony Khan, and they can make some, that's how I would do it. I would make it a little more. I wouldn't necessarily have it in arenas. I'd make it a little more personal, a little more small, like in smaller arenas and stuff like that, and pack the places, with the fans being so involved in all of that. That's kind of how I would go. As far as what, what I would name it and stuff like that, boy, that would take a lot of thought. And then talent wise, I don't know. I mean, who would you look at for the top talent that's out there? If you could just have your pick of anyone, it would obviously be who you kind of fanboy out about, I guess. And you'd want those guys in your promotion, but that's a tough call. I don't know, Jeff. What do you think?
All right. See, obviously I've thought about this a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell by my answers. But what I would name my promotion would be, and I had a couple names, but it would be Main Event Wrestling.
Okay.
And how
Mew, MEW, Mew. There you go. Okay.
Main Event Wrestling. And what I would do is I would have heavyweight championship. I'd have a mid-card championship. And then I'd also have a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight championship on the men's side. I'd have a similar setup on the women's side. And then I'd have women's tag team championships, men's tag team championships. The other thing that I would do is non-title matches would have time limits. So kind of like NWA, but non-title matches would have time limits.
Okay.
I would put a heavy focus on women's wrestling, on tag team wrestling as well. And, I think right now, if you said, hey, I'm giving you limited funds, you can sign whoever you want to, doesn't matter where they are, whatever. If I had to start my company with one man, yeah, I get that it's too many belts, but there's a reason for that. I would have probably, female wise, I would have Thunder Rosa. Would love to have Thunder Rosa to start out with. On the guy side, I would probably say, I'd honestly say Moose, which might be a little surprising to some people. But the reason why I say Moose is because he gives you that instant credibility as a big-time heavyweight champion right off the bat. I would pair him up with a manager. So if I can make that move, I'm asking Paul Heyman to come be his manager.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, I thought you were maybe going with MVP.
Paul Heyman.
Okay.
So that would be, obviously I've thought about that way too much. The fact that I thought about, essentially 8 belts. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why 8 belts? The reason why I would do it and call it main event wrestling is because what I would want to do is I'd want to have like my top established talent be people that have, been in the game for a while. But with the other belts, I would like to have people that are green, that these other veterans can kind of groom. And in some ways, when you're a younger wrestler, you don't know how to be a champion until you're a champion. What does that mean to be a champion? So that can those belts are almost like, okay, we're going to help you if you're a younger talent. We're going to help you be a champion and know what that means at this level. You know, have it truly be a belt that's about, you know, creating stars. So
there you go. There you go. Yeah. I mean, look, it's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought. Maybe what we'll do one of these weeks, and I don't know when we could do it. We still owe you guys a stream too, by the way, that we're going to have to do at some point down the road. But maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll throw that out maybe on Twitter, and you guys can just let us know. And I don't know, maybe we'll pick a winner or something like that on one of our shows. Yeah, it's a really interesting question. Like, who would you pick and choose to start? I mean, it's, you know, you would think of easy answers, and right away you go to the champions, you go to Roman Reigns, and you go to Rhea Ripley, and you go to, you know, but maybe not. You know, maybe you get some other people, and maybe not just people that you're necessarily fans of. The other thing I would make my promotion to is mine would be promo heavy. I love good promos and I love good stories. So my promotion, whatever it would be called and stuff like that, would be very promo heavy because that's the kind of wrestling that I like. I like being told a story. I like the fact that I can get lost in a story and, you know, almost like I'm watching a movie. So yeah, I would definitely do that. We have some comments up above that I got to get back to here. Chris said, where is Chris's comment? It's way up here. I think we missed. Let's see. No, there's the gummy one. Brandon Barnes says Vince is an ass. Jesse said, I have a headache. I want to go home and eat. Oh, there it is. Chris, this story fucking blows. And there's heel heat and turn off your TV heat. James says, I love the angle in the story, but I fucking hate that it's still one-sided. Yeah, it does come off seeming that way, but I think they could be making that seem that way on purpose. I know this is off topic, but you see Samoa Joe in Impact. Oh, of course. Samoa Joe was big in Impact Wrestling. So, yeah, we would love to see him in Impact, sure. I think the events will cut down day today may cause this to drag out a while. Can you imagine Samoa Joe being the one to dethrone Kenny? That would be a Fred Sanford big one shocker. Yeah. You mean if he ended up on Impact and then be the one to take the belt off of him finally? Yeah. Jesse saying she's groovy. Groovy, not just good, not just bad. It's Jesse's groovy. I'm groovy. She's talking about Mew as a Pokemon. Chris said too many belts to start. Chad says Thunder Rosa is awesome. Moose would be awesome to build a company around. Rusty's here. I would start a promotion called FTW, Faction Team Wrestling. I didn't think you were going there, Rusty. I thought you were going somewhere else.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought you were going somewhere else. By the way, yes, I saw Morrow's name mentioned. Yes, he was announced to be he was announced to be the announcer for that main event. There's also two things that he released of 5 ways that Rich Swann can win and 5 ways Kenny Omega can win. That is on Twitter, so check that out. Also, I'm going to read this. This is kind of some breaking news, but Billy Kay put out a tweet, and this is what it said. So I'll read it out. Thank you, WWE, Vince McMahon, and Triple H for the past 6 years. They have fulfilled my dreams entirely from being a 10-year-old girl that fell in love with WWE from the moment I saw The Rock on TV, and now I'm walking away with so many incredible moments from Super Showdown in front of my friends and family to winning the Tag Team Championships at Mania. Thank you to every single person in both locker rooms and everyone that I had the pleasure of working with behind the scenes, too. I love you all. I will never forget your support and all the crazy stories you have together. I will miss you all so much. Thank you to all the fans for inviting me into your lives. I hope I made you smile and laugh. That's all I ever wanted to do. I'll never forget all the kind words and memories we've had over the years. Thank you to my family for always supporting this crazy dream and sacrificing so much for me to achieve it. I honestly wouldn't have gotten to where I am without you all. You have my entire heart. And thank you to my life partner, Cassie. Our journey started together, and it's only fitting that it ends together. I love you. I'm beyond proud of you, and I'm with you forever. Lastly, thank you to everyone that reached out to me today, knowing that I've affected people's lives in a positive way. It means the absolute world to me, Billy Kay. So there you go. So yeah, some people are tweeting out now. I'm sure that was hard for her to do, but very nice sentiments from Billy Kay. So yeah, FTW. Yes, that's what I thought it meant, James. That's exactly what I thought it meant. Yes.
Or it could be what Chris just said, and
that's even pushing it for PG.
Hey.
Or non-PG rather. That's even pushing it for that. But yeah, it could be that. It could be that.
NC-17. That's what that comment is. NC-17.
Yes. Can't wait to see Josh Alexander. Might be coming to IWC Wrestling Show May 22nd at Washington Wild Things. Didn't get a chance to meet him last time since he left early. Yeah, that'd be cool, dude. Joe's Federation would be Real Retro Wrestling with Bray Wyatt as head of creative. And there would be Intercontinental, and TV tag team titles. And Jim Ross and Paul Heyman would be broadcaster. Oh, man, I might go back even further than that. I might go back with I might make Vince be commentator.
Ooh.
I might have Vince. If I could have anything I want, I'd put Vince back on the mic with Jesse Ventura.
Wow.
I'd have those two on the mic. Because obviously I can't have Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, but I'd have Vince and Jesse back on the microphone. All right, so let's get back to some of these matches, and this one was on BTI, of course, the big breakup of Havoc and Nevaeh, and it happened on BTI. That really lost me. I'm really shocked that they did that. This could have been a main event. And well, we found out, Jeff, that it was more than that. And apparently this all came to a conclusion, and this is the end of Nevaeh in Impact, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, she sent that tweet out, basically saying that apparently she was the weak link, and thanking Impact for the last year of her life there. So yeah, it looks like this is it for Nevaeh, which I hate because she's so damn good. And I don't know. I just really hope we see her again sometime soon. But yeah, I mean, it was a heck of a match. It was physical and man, just brutal. Just a brutal match. So
yeah.
But that obviously Havoc picked up the win, and we'll see where she goes from here. I really want to see her in the knockouts title picture.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, she deserves it. Wally says, I want to know how I can get a hold of you to tell you. If you're not on Twitter and you can't DM us, because our DMs are open, so you can DM us there. If you're not there, the Gmail would be the best way. So insiderswrestlingpod@gmail.com would be the best way to get a hold of us and let us know about that. Yeah, let us know. But yeah, Jeff's right. The match was absolutely brutal. Havoc just with those repeated shots in the corner to Nevaeh, like time after time after time after time. She still found a way to kick out, and they managed to go on a little bit more. But you could just kind of see, and I kind of thought she was really like the emotions of it at the end were really because of the relationship that the two of them had. I had no idea that this was going to be the last time she was in an Impact ring. So now I kind of understand why she was as emotional as she was at the end of that match. But yeah, so the last time we will see Nevaeh, and we were talking about other departures too. We saw Reno Scum is leaving. Jordan Grace's contract is up. So like Jeff said earlier in the show tonight, we may see, especially with all these free agents now leaving WWE, we may see some new faces coming into Impact for Slammiversary. So. Yeah. So that one, I really though think, especially now knowing what I do though, Jeff, with Nevaeh gone, that really should have been on the regular show. It really should have been on the regular show. I think that was a mistake on their part. I get it's highlighted because it's the only match of that show, but not everybody watches that show. So don't assume that they're going to automatically turn that on. So yeah, that was a fail, I think, on their part. I think they really should have. Now maybe again, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So if she just up and left and they weren't happy about it, that may be why they buried that match. You really just don't know. Yeah. Mr. L from Full Sail will have his eyes on the van. Oh, this match was unbelievable. This match was insane. TJP is like I don't even know. I don't even know if he's just double jointed everywhere, but the way he's almost like This was like a comic book character, like Mr. Fantastic. He has all these stretchy powers, and he's almost like that. He could just wrap himself around like other people where they just can't move. But this was a hell of a match to start the show. Josh got the win, but man, they were going back and forth for at least a good 2.5 minutes, where Josh would get the ankle lock, TJP would go back into the armbar. Josh would get the ankle lock. TJP would go right back to the arm. Both going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for the longest time. You didn't know who was going to win. This was an insane match. Azan says TJP is a fucking asshole, but he is amazing. Yes. Yeah, TJP got himself into that category. Yes. Unfortunately, he's got some opinions that people don't like outside of the wrestling ring, and it's spilled over onto social media, as it always sometimes does. And he's not exactly the most liked person out there. That's kind of why I'm thinking that he's not going to win that triple threat. I'm thinking it is either going to be Josh or Ace Austin that wins it. Well, of course, we're pulling for Josh because we would love to have Josh back on our program with that title belt. So we're keeping our fingers crossed because we will hold him to that. But this was Cheeswa says cotton-headed and Ninny Muggins. You could tell Josh will be a champion soon, says Rusty. I hope so. I think it will be good to see him with any kind of belt. That X Division belt would be a good starting point for him. I would absolutely love to see it. I see Josh or Ace winning the match next Sunday. Yeah, I agree, Azan. I agree. TJP, great performer, but he is a prick, says James Chadwick. Yes. I think a lot of people would agree with you. Jeff, what did you think of the opener? I mean, again, it was a fire opener. They really do that. They really start their shows off well and get you invested right away.
Man, this match was insane. Like the submission sequences were crazy because let me start back at the beginning. TJP had Josh, and I forget what submission he had. But he had Josh in a submission, and Josh kept trying to reverse it. But TJP would flip over, crawl, like do a circular crawl around.
Yeah, I don't even know how. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, who the hell does that in a match?
Yeah.
And then you get to the end where they're just, reversing, trading submissions one after another. And I mean, some of the knees and the stuff that they did at the end, it was crazy. It's creative. And honestly, this is what happens when you allow people to just go for it. One of the things I really appreciate about Josh is the fact that, and he kind of alluded to this on his during his interview, but he wants to go out there and set the bar so high that it's like, okay, try to follow that. Mm-hmm. You're going to hate if you're behind us on this card. And that's kind of what they did tonight. And, I'll be the first to say it. The rest of the matches were good. None of them came close to this match. Like it wasn't like this match. This was a pay-per-view quality match.
Right.
Tonight.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it absolutely was, and it was a great way to start the show. Bo Dallas takes Jake's job for State Farm guy. Oh, God. Poor Bo. Well, you know what? I'm not saying poor Bo, because no matter what Bo does, look who he's going back to. So, hey. Yeah, I'm sure Bo has planned for the future very well. So, but I see Josh or Ace winning the match. Josh for the win at Rebellion. Yeah, we hope so. And I think that's a consensus. I think Josh deserves some good stuff. TJP more like TP because he's full of shit outside the ring and needs a good squashing. Says Big Dan. Yes, I agree. That's a good one. Just tweeted your insider's Twitter a new match for Rebellion, but it's kind of obvious it was happening. We have breaking news from James Chadwick. What did he tweet? Let's see what James Chadwick tweeted. It is breaking. Oh, Violent by Design against Storm, Sabin, Edwards, and Willie Mack. Yes, I think they announced that during the show, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced that during the show, James. Yes, but thank you. Yeah, that's that. I still don't know how he's wrestling with a torn ACL. I don't know how the hell that's gonna happen. I have no clue, but yeah, we'll see. Rusty says Bo is one lucky bastard. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. Let's cover another couple of matches here, Jeff. What did we? This was fun, wasn't it?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was fun. This was something different. You don't see something like this happen, but it was called the Pick Your Poison match. I don't know if I've ever seen a match like this. Did they ever have one of these before? Did any company ever have a Pick Your Poison match? I don't remember seeing that happen. That's neat, though. Think about now. Here's a question for the chat. Who pick? All right. Pick your poison for a match. Who would be your poison personally if you were able to wrestle? If you were a wrestler, pick your own poison. Who would your poison be? Who would be the one you would not, absolutely no way in hell, want to face in a wrestling ring? So pick your own poison. Tell us in the chat who you would pick to be your poison. And then this will be fun too. And now Jeff, I'll have you pick mine and I'll pick yours. Now I'm not going to be able to pick Buff Bagwell, so don't even say that, guys, because I know you're probably wanting me to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say Buff Bagwell. I think I kind of know who Jeff's going to pick for me, and yeah, it would be devastating.
Really?
So let us know. Cheesewa says all I got to say is hello, ladies. But yeah, pick your poison. Let us know, like, who, like, if someone came after you in a wrestling ring that basically you would either turn and cower and run away, or you would you're knowing you're pretty much done. But let us know. Braun Strowman or Bray as the Fiend for me, says Big Dan. Now, see, for me, no. That would be like me meeting Jason Voorhees, and I would absolutely love that. Like if Bray came out as the Fiend and I was in a ring, I'd be like, oh, this is amazing. He'd squash me, but I mean, it would be amazing because I get to see the whole thing up close, and I would absolutely love that. That'd be like me seeing Jason. So I would absolutely dig that. Wardlow, says Chad Schrader. For me, J-Hub, it would be Meng or / Haku. Oh, okay.
Haku / Mink, that's a tough son of a bitch, man. Like that.
Okay. All right.
Some of the stories, oh my God.
Great Khali, says Azan White. Yeah, dude. The great Khali would be brutal to kind of see across the ring from you, wouldn't he? Abaddon says Cheese Whiz. Oh, that may be Jeff's pick. Look at the look. Oh no. Okay. All right. All right. We'll go ahead, Jeff. You go first.
I was gonna go kind of easy on you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, not really, but the Undertaker.
Oh, okay.
Like I just feel like, especially with the entrance, that would really be something that would put fear in your heart.
Intimidating, yeah.
Like, I just kind of feel like, that would be pretty cool because it's like I get to wrestle the Undertaker, but then it's like, holy crap, I'm wrestling the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh man. Now see this, it's almost not fair because you were in the wrestling ring too. I would, what would be now? I mean, if you obviously were in the heyday of your wrestling career, Bobby Lashley.
Oh God. Oh man.
Bobby Lashley, man.
Honestly, I'd love to do that.
I bet.
Like I would love to do that because that's just, you don't get a lot of big guys, like the old days wrestling going head to head like that anymore. So
yep.
Man, I would love. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. If me and him are wrestling today, I'm pulling a Miz and I'm just running.
Yeah, just head right out. Yeah,
out the ring. But
yep.
yeah, that would be awesome though. That really would be awesome.
All you'd have to do to take me out would be have Sue Young come down with her bridesmaids and have Abaddon follow them down the ramp, and I'm done.
Done.
I'm out. I'm just gone. Out. That's it. That's it for me. Did you really say Eugene, Rusty? It's easily Eugene. I would melt into a puddle of fear at the mere entrance point. God. Somebody said Boogeyman. Boogeyman would be a good one. Imagine him coming in with all those worms and stuff hanging out of his mouth. Dude, that would be terrifying.
Cheese Whiz 2 just came up with a good one. There's no way in hell I would ever get in the ring with New Jack. Like, period.
Oh, yeah, dude. You know you're getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know you're getting hurt. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Same. Yeah. Some of those ECW guys like Sabu and the Sandman, like, you are not coming out of there in good shape. So yeah, that would definitely be a poison match without a doubt. How about oh my God, Terry Funk? How about Terry Funk? You just, like I said, you're coming out bloody. That you just know you're. Foley, yes. Yeah. You just know you're not coming out there without getting busted up. Yeah. Big Dan, I feel the same way, hence my answer. I'd be too interested in getting his autograph. Rikishi, circa 2. Oh, that's a good one, Rikishi. Imagine having us get a stink face. Oh, dude. Yeah, that would be awful. Chad says Karrion Kross. I'd run away from that man. Yeah, Karrion Kross is pretty damn intimidating. RoboCop, says Chad Schrader. Or no, it said J-Hub. Haku would murder me with one finger. Abdullah the Butcher. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you don't want to get in the ring with that dude. Yeah, you don't want to get in the ring with that guy, Big Dan. Yes. Rusty said, having said that, I issue an open challenge to Stacy Keebler. Anytime, anywhere. Fair enough. Fair enough. But the pick your poison stuff was fun. I've never seen that kind of a thing before. And of course, we saw Sammy get chosen for Cardona, and that was actually a really good match. Sammy, of course, coming out on top. Sammy would not be a person you'd want to see in a pick your poison at all, because Sammy is just that relentless kind of guy that just goes after you with everything he's got and doesn't even care if he pulls off his own fingernail. We saw that tonight. So, yes, you would not want to get. And, of course, the other one was Jake something that he chose for Brian Myers. So, well, that was fun. It was a fun little stipulation, and hopefully they'll do it again. It's fun to see. It was fun to see. The Jazz retirement. We kind of figured we might get some shenanigans here, and we did. But after Fire and Flava came out, and of course they paid for this because Scott D'Amore said, now you're defending your titles, and it's going to be Jordan Grace and a mystery partner of Jazz's choosing. So who do you guys think is the mystery partner? Let us know. Jeff mentioned ODB, and maybe that could be it. What was the other one someone mentioned in the chat? I forgot already.
Oh man.
I forgot. Oh my God, my memory's so bad. I forgot already who the heck it was that got mentioned in the chat. Damn it. I don't remember. If any of you were there, tell us. Somebody mentioned someone else in the chat. It was a good Jacqueline. Thank you, James Chadwick. Yes, Jacqueline. Yeah, somebody mentioned Jacqueline. So, yeah, I mean, Taylor Wilde or Jacqueline says is on White. So we'll see how that goes. But after all was said and done, Jeff, this was Hall of Dead. Wow, Rusty, that would be awesome. That would be really cool. And a lot of people are calling for Hall of Dead to be put on a TV show. That's been going around Twitter lately. So, yeah, she does deserve to be on a show. I agree. She deserves to be picked up by someone, whether it be Ring of Honor, whether it be, MLW, whoever. She really deserves to be on television. And I can't imagine that her friend Thunder Rosa isn't pining to try to have somebody get her and pick her up. But, yeah, I agree. Victoria, says J-Hub. Okay. All right. All right. Big Dan says Mox might be written off TV. Yeah, they've been kind of talking about that for a little bit. So yeah, he could be gone pretty soon. But when all was said and done with this, Jeff, it was a really nice ceremony. The ending ended really nicely. The whole locker room came out paying their tribute to a legend. And she deserves every bit of it. She was one of the pioneers of women's wrestling, and she deserves every bit of what they're giving her. And it's going to be, I'm glad as a fan I got to see her one last time in Impact, and I'm glad I got to see her wrestle again. And if we never see her again, we got to see her in some really good moments, and that was a really good moment that they had. So
yeah, it was awesome. It was a real awesome moment, and I hate to see her go, but I mean, you can't keep it up forever. So, you can't keep, taking bumps and doing everything that you have to do in the business. So I get it. It was great seeing her have this last run in Impact. So yeah, I was happy with the way they did it, that it wasn't just this sappy thing the whole time.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, we're going to show you in the span of about 5 minutes who Jazz was her entire career. And that was just an ass kicker.
Yep.
And, they pull that moment off very well, full circle. So I was happy with it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Cool. I wish Jazz would make a one-off appearance with Jacqueline in WWE to salute Bianca Belair this week. Yeah, that'd be cool if she came back into the. From what's being said, she's going to be going back to her school and doing some and training and stuff like that of wrestlers. So she'll be involved somehow. She'll be training people to wrestle, and that's awesome. Yep. That's awesome. Well, guys, I think that's about all we've got, Jeff, I think, right, for the matches and stuff, right? Yeah. I said we weren't going to keep you guys long because we know it's getting late, and we could see that people are, obviously people are getting tired. It's late here. It's 11 o'clock here. I know it's probably later even overseas and stuff like that, but that's basically what we're going to do here. We're just going to come have a little fun, go over some of the highlights from the show, talk about things like that. What's going on? What did I miss? DJ Batazzi just popped in. What's up, Tazzy?
StreamYard link.
We missed you. Good. We missed having you tonight, man. What did you? Oh, you send him a link?
I'm gonna send him a link just to come in on the back end after we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we can. It's too much to try to catch them up. Like
yeah. There you go. Imagine Holodead and Decay. Ooh, that would be cool, dude.
Oh,
that would be cool. That would be awesome. I would dig that. Yeah, I would dig that. But yeah, so that's it, guys. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed this little show. Like I said, we're not going to stay on too long. We got on about 45 minutes ago. That's probably about what we're going to do. Just kind of a little wrap-up show, talking about Impact, talking about the big takeaways from the show that we had, talking about you guys, things with you guys as well, and what your takeaways were. And obviously, we get you to rate the show and stuff like that. So this has been our first episode of After the Impact. We hope you enjoyed the show. Let us know your comments about it afterwards. Tell us on Twitter whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, what you'd like different. If we could do anything different with it, let us know that too. Let us know in the comments, of course. Drop a like on the video. We'd really appreciate that. And again, James Chadwick, I know it's so late over in Europe. Thank you for staying, dude. We appreciate it. But again, don't forget to join us tomorrow night. Jeff will be here at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the hot tag, and he'll be talking and kind of reintroducing people to the show and what the show is all about and what's coming up on the show. And then don't forget to join us on Saturday for a loaded, and I mean loaded. This is bigger than a loaded baked potato. This is loaded podcast that we will have to talk to you about this coming Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So that said, thanks for staying, guys. Thanks for coming out to this one After the Impact. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we will see you for our next show. Stay safe. We will talk to you all soon. Good night, everybody.